Welcome back into another podcast, everyone. Welcome back to Prices Are Too High. So, this time in this podcast, we are going to be talking about money is the rule of all evil. And we've all seen money and power get to people's heads. I'm not going to say names. Our former president, number 45, he's a primary example of money and power. And it happens to a lot of rich, wealthy people. So let's talk about that. All right. So we all know New York City is the money maker as well, money maker city. So I'm gonna start off with our transit system because I really feel like the money really gets to um, the people that are running transit, really gets to their heads. You know, they're now charging people. I don't really drive. Like I said, I don't drive in New York City, so I don't really know too much. I know very little, but I'm gonna tell you, I only know very little about this. But the can just pricing thing, I feel like is another way to make more money. Like MTA is always gonna try and find new ways or try to find sneaky, tricky ways to make more money. And um, the thing is, and then not to mention they went up a quarter in August. So they went up a quarter in August, um, like 25 cent. Um, and I feel like too, what's really a smack in the face is that they have the audacity to go up and they keep charging. They went up on the Metro cards, everything, the fare. So see, this is the messed up part about transit is that not only not only I feel like the money really gets to their heads, but the people that do pay their fare, like they keep giving us shitty service. They keep giving us bad service, and they want to go up on the fare and charge more money. And I just feel like it's really not fair. And um, and you wonder why so many people hop the buses. They go underneath the turnstile. They walk through the bus like they own them because y'all not giving us good service. Y'all not giving us better bus service, better transit service. And I feel like it's really kind of messed up on that. It's just super messed up, and they won't improve the service, and especially in certain neighborhoods that really need it. Like for example, I live in Upper Manhattan, and the 19 bus is an example that runs along 145th Street all the way into the Bronx, or run along East 149th in the Bronx. Let me tell you, traffic is so freaking bad. The bus is super slow, and it's like the people who live in that around right around 145th Street, they have no other choice but to take that bus, but to get across. You know, if you want to like get across Manhattan, get across Harlem, it's like no other choice but to take the 19 bus. So if I need to get across like uptown Manhattan, I will go on 125th Street because there's more bus service. The buses come more frequently, and they are a lot faster than the 19 bus. Now I know certain buses have ups and downs. At least we get a select bus on 125th Street. Can't beat that. 116th, not too much, but at least they have the fare free thing. I feel like it's kind of fair that they only made like one bus route in Manhattan fare free, and not at least a few bus routes in Manhattan out of 50 something bus routes. You know, the bus where I live at, it's not even fare free. You got to pay to get on. You got to sometimes wait 10, 15 minutes. I feel like too when it's freezing out in the winter, like last week we had freezing cold weather. When it's freezing outside and when it's scorching hot outside, that's where they need to increase the bus service. Run as much buses as they possibly can so people don't have to be waiting no 10, 15, 20 minutes. Because in the wintertime, when it's freezing cold outside, it's too cold to be waiting that long. And in the summertime, when it's scorching hot outside, it's too freaking hot to be waiting that long. So when the weather is super bad, this is when they need to increase the bus service. That's what I'm saying. Now, unless it's snowing outside, I can understand that if it's snowing outside. But here in New York, we got the plows. They got the sanitation workers working them like crazy. But, I mean, they getting a good money. They getting good pay, you know. But shout out to them that do a good job on a daily basis. I don't think anybody tells sanitation of New York, Department of Sanitation New York, they do a very good job. I mean, they do a good job. They don't complain. They make good money. You know, garbage men make very high pay. They pay them high. You know, that's what motivates them to like really stay on the job. My dad used to used to work for sanitation. He worked for sanitation maybe I think 17 or 18 years, right around there. Not even 20 years he worked for it, but he retired before 20 years. And I feel like another thing too that really gets to people's heads, another thing I'm gonna move on to is all these different restaurants like Chipotle, Burger King. They want to double or triple on lunch, and it just drives me crazy. It really does. Lunch used to be about $15. I mean, it used to be about $10 or $12. Now it used to be. I'm sorry. It used to be about $5 or $10. Yeah, $5 to $10. Now it's like $10 to $16. Like, what the hell has happened? Like every time I go to Panda Express and get a plate, it's like $15. Chipotle now, it was like $10 or $11. It used to be like $10. Now it's $13. What the hell happened? Like, really, what the hell happened here? You know, but a lot has changed, and you got people that are stealing, robbing other people, scamming people. We got scammers scamming the elderly. You know, it's just really, really crazy, and it's just sad. But money has really gotten to a lot of people's heads nowadays, just to think of it. Sorry about that. So it was the next morning. Back to what I was saying. I was busy last night while recording this podcast. But yeah, oh wow. I'm sorry, I'm busy looking at something. But yeah, like the scamming the elderly. We've seen it happen. Robberies, it's just happening like crazy. Especially during the holiday season. That's when you happen to see a lot of scammers. And then another thing too is that people begging, like, you got people out, you got some people that are, I'm not trying to bash all homeless people, but you have those that are like really hungry and they really want food, and then you got those that just want to stick their hand out. Oh, can you spare a change? Can you spare this? Like, got some people that just want money, and like sometimes, I don't know, sometimes like yeah. Sometimes then there was this one time I was riding the 7 train. The guy gave him money, and he was asking for money. He said he needed money, and the guy gave him money. And once the guy gave him the money, he was like, "This isn't enough." So like he pretty much like I don't know. He took the change and put it back in his hand. I'm like, is this guy serious? But yeah, like, I feel like, in my opinion, money is the rule of all evil. It's just so bad. It's really gone to a lot of people's heads so badly. Anyway, well, I gotta wrap up and go to work. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap up this podcast, everyone. I think this is a pretty interesting topic to talk about. Money is the rule of all evil. It really is. But yeah, I think there's a topic I will cover again in the future. But anyway, I hope you guys take care of yourselves, enjoy yourselves. Thank you so much for tuning in to this podcast. And I will see you guys in my next podcast and next time. See you later.